this might be one of the most important parts of pre-production, which is researching which tequila we are going to choose for Finding Jose, our film. So I'm here with...
Hello, everyone. I don't know why I told my last name. Hello, everyone. I'm Gerardo. We are here at Perla Mexican Cuisine. This is my family's restaurant. It's a woman-owned, family-operated. We are proudly Mexican from Michoacan, and we are focused on fine dining Mexican cuisine. You know, we want to steer away from the Tex-Mex influence and kind of show the different things that Mexico gastronomy is all about. And yeah, we do everything as a family. We all come from different backgrounds, and one day we're like, my mom cooks really amazingly, so we should open a restaurant.
And I think that's what's drew me so much to Gerardo, besides him being my friend, is that the movie's heavily family-oriented, because that is our Mexican culture. Yeah. It's like, you know, your family, you'll come through, you get invited, así es, like, we'll all eat together, and yeah.
Yeah, and then just fun fact, a lot of the tequilas that we're going to be trying today, you can come to Perla and try them for yourselves, and then comment which one you like more.
Which one do you think we should start with?
Well, let's dive in. We can start with this one. Oh, this one's La Gritona. There's like really cool things about this one. So it's a woman-owned and woman-operated tequila in Jalisco. I don't know why I'm saying Jalisco. I'm like fluent in Spanish. It's from Jalisco. But we're doing little tasting because we have a lot to go through.
Okay. This one was highly requested. Like, at least I got like 6 people telling me, make sure you try this one.
Okay, I'm not like the biggest connoisseur of tequila, but I know this is a repo. Yeah, and it's from Valle de Guadalupe. So it's yeah, from a little bit north.
Okay.
So yeah, let's like cheers.
Cheers. Straight in?
I think you have to like kiss it. You have to like do the tequila kiss, which you like put a little bit of the tequila in your lips. This is the thing. I learned this in a class I took like a million years ago. Alcoholic tequila is like really, really strong when you first have it. I'm not an expert, but I do know some things. You don't want to like shock your taste buds. So what you want to do is like do a tequila kiss, which is like when you're doing like a sip, you just let the tequila touch your lips, and then that kind of introduces the flavor. So when you actually take a sip later on, don't shock the taste buds. So let's try it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sweet.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, we didn't try that.
I put it on my lips for a second, then I was like, okay, timed it down.
What do you think?
Nice. Yeah.
It's like really smooth. You don't really need a lime or like it has like a really, really nice like the repos I feel like have more time in a barrel. So you have a little bit more of the wood flavor, and it is like less clean than like a blanco, but it does have like a nice little notes of a lot of things.
Yeah.
So
that was nice, and I like the bottle's really cool, but it's really nice packaging and everything.
Yeah, I think like what they thought about like the marketing of it, like just like the aesthetics is really nice. And a really cool fun fact is that in Mexico they blow with the glass with 100% recycled glass, which is also really cool. Sustainability.
Oh my God.
Always.
It's getting up there on the list.
It's like all the checks. All the checks. What do we want to do next?
Women-led, sustainable.
Also, the packaging is like very like aesthetic. You know, I love when a brand thinks about like things like that. Yeah. So.
Cool. Ooh, it feels warm now.
I know. It's like this is gonna be a long night.
My first taste test.
My God, your knee muffled.
Huh?
That's crazy.
My what? Yeah.
Were you drinking before this?
No. I'm drunk.
You picked. I picked the first one.
Okay. But I say we do the Trader Joe's.
The Trader Joe's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not only is it close, but it's, you know, we got some requests if people want to...
I mean, Trader Joe's makes like really good things. Like, I feel like anything Trader Joe's, I'm always going to support.
Yeah.
But I'm going to order yours first. Okay, finish yours first.
Oh.
That was like a little bowl.
I'm going to feel this. We're doing this little, right? Like, I don't want to do full shots.
Let's just do it.
Dude, and I haven't eaten anything, so like...
Oh, really? Like, is that rude?
We could put like some taco.
Oh, yeah,
A taco order. Alrighty, so we're gonna do the next one. It's gonna be Trader Joe's tequila. We love anything Trader Joe's.
Yeah, thank you.
So we're just doing little tasters. We're not... Oh my God. Little tasters, I said. I know. Shout out to Perla in downtown Santa Ana for this beautiful spread.
Yeah, incredible.
All right.
All right.
Cheers.
Salud.
Okay, it's actually not bad.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
That was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
Oh
good.
my god. What the hell?
So I actually don't know much about the Trader Joe's tequila. So in order for it to be actual tequila, it has to be 100% from agave azul, which is, I think, regional to only some states in Mexico. Again, my tequila knowledge is like not that great, but I know that in order for it to be tequila and recognized tequila, it has to be from certain regions of Mexico, Jalisco being one of them. But I think Michoacan is also another
I
one.
think Michoacan's another
And
one.
then I believe like Puebla, maybe? Question
Puebla,
mark?
Sonora.
Oaxaca, San Luis Potosí. I don't know. I'm just meaning to say that. It says very smooth with notes of fresh agave, bright lemon, and hints of black pepper.
Oh,
Yeah,
which I
so-
didn't taste at all.
Yeah, me neither.
It was smooth. It was
But
good.
yeah, we can.
That was a surprise.
Honestly, it was a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
was
actually.
expecting like a big I've gone down on Costco tequila,
Yeah, I'm not. Maybe I'll know this.
so I don't remember that night very well.
Well, that was Trader Joe's tequila.
Yeah. Another heavily requested tequila. I'll pour this one.
Alrighty. Don't be so heavy-handed.
No.
We're doing little sips of every
Yeah,
single one.
Sips. Yeah.
Something like interesting about this one is from Los Altos de Jalisco. I think it's just like a very specific region of Jalisco. If you know Don Julio, which everyone should, because it's like one of those staple brands everywhere. I believe the grandson of Don Julio like took the love and care of the Don Julio brand and then put it in a bottle in Lalo. And it's actually gaining a lot of traction and a lot of popularity.
Wow.
I've seen it more and more in like more restaurants and a lot of activations, and it's really a cool brand, and also like the story of like the legacy of Don Julio.
Yeah.
And I think their mantra is inhale, sip, exhale, and that's like their whole like tradition of like drinking
Yeah.
tequila.
They also, according to our information, our researcher, ferment the tequila with champagne yeast.
Also, I feel like at the end of the video we should do like a fact check of everything we said. I was like,
Now we want to
they
rage
were
bait
wrong.
everybody. We're rage baiting you guys.
All right, I'm excited.
Okay.
So it's inhale, sip, exhale.
Okay.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Nice. Yeah.
the fact that I'm not needing a chaser is concerning me.
I know.
It's like I used to like always need a chaser when I was
Yeah.
drinking tequila. Yeah, but it's like really like it's
It feels pretty clean.
yeah, that's
I
what I was
don't
gonna say. Yeah, clean. I don't know. Also, the packaging is super clean too. I feel like
Yeah.
some tequila brands have gone with like the maximalism. I really like the simplicity. It's like we're here to make tequila, you know?
Yeah.
Do you want me to read you the notes of like what it's
Yeah.
you should be getting?
Yeah.
Of notes of sweet potato and cinnamon with hints of dulce de leche
What?
that finishes with a gentle citrus and tropical fruit house.
No. There is like there's a taste. There's a note of sweet potato and
Dulce de leche
yeah, I think yeah.
and cinnamon for sure. And like some hints of citrus. I wish I was like able to tell.
Can't tell.
You know what I'm saying?
Sorry guys, if all three of them have been good and about the same.
Yeah, I mean you can see the legs. Do you do that with the tequila, or is that only with wine?
The legs?
Yeah, you know when you probably just do that with wine. The longer the drop, the more alcohol content it has. Yeah, I think. Yeah. What are we trying here?
This one is
Just pineapple juice. We're weak.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna take another sip of the Lalo.
Lalo, that was good. I like the name too. I'm sure that's his name, right? Lalo?
Yeah, so actually, they call Gerardo's Lalos all the time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Do you have that as a nickname, Lalo?
Some people like called me that when I was younger,
Oh.
but I think it's because they called my dad Lalo, and I was like
Baby Lalo.
Lalito.
Oh, Lalito.
I know, I hated that.
Oh.
So the next one will be Don Julio 70. We're staying in the family. So we had the grandson. We're going with the grandpa, the OG. The OG grandpa. So Don Julio 70 is probably going to be like a mid to higher tier of tequila. It's not going to be your like, it's also not going to be your top shelf, but I want to say like a mid-range. Yeah, something really cool about this one is that it's a crystallized añejo, which is I think the first of its kind, which they use charcoal to kind of like filter all the like things, so it makes it like super smooth. I don't know the exact process, but like I know that like they do something with charcoal and like run it through, and like some fancy chemistry happens, but I don't know. So that's what makes it so good.
Don Julio was a part of many college days.
Don Julio 70, you fancy?
No, just kidding. No, just in general, Don Julio, I felt like was like not 70. Hell no, are you kidding me?
So Don Julio, you know the classic Don Julio logo in the middle? It has a little cute ribbon, premium. So you ready for this one?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So it's gonna be an añejo.
Okay.
So don't be fooled by the clearness. That's the crystallized like portion of it. So añejos, they spend way more time. So I know very loosely tequila. So I know like after 25 years or 20 years, or I don't know the number, but after a certain number of years, it becomes an añejo. And then there's an extra añejo, which makes it more expensive, just because when the alcohol is like in the barrel, it kind of like evaporates over time. So at the end of the production, you actually have less content, which is one of the reasons why it makes it more expensive. And añejo is gonna be there for like a long time before it gets bottled. But
is that what the 70s for?
I know, I think it was their 70th anniversary. They came up with this version of tequila. But yeah, it's one of the classics. This one is pretty good.
Get any notes of anything in there?
I got some notes of
Let's see if we
charcoal.
can guess. Let's see if we can guess.
This one for me was a little cool.
No.
No, my stomach's already like, oh, what are you doing?
So this one is definitely not woodsy. This one has like hints of vanilla, like toasted oak. You know, like oaky. You know? No.
Yeah, and I know it tasted.
So Blanco is gonna be like more clean, where like añejo is gonna be like more like notes of things that we can discern.
Why tequila is very important to the film is because Jalisco is like a big state where tequila is made, and it's what I grew up with. I went to, I don't know if you know this story, but I went to my uncle's 50th, I think, or like his 60th party, and literally they had pitchers, and they told us like, "Hey, mija, tell me when to stop." And I thought it was water because it was clear, and it was literally a pitcher, and it was just tequila.
That's wild.
I was like, and it was like a cup, and I was like, okay, I'm good. And then I realized it was tequila, and I was like,
I mean, if there's something we know how to do, is party.
Yeah.
So that sounds like a party to me.
It was a good party. It was hard to remember, but I remember it was good.
Yeah, so this was Don Julio 70. Let's move on to the next one.
Listen, also, you know, like how to taste things.
What?
You're like shooting it back, or like.
Oh, I know. I keep shooting it. Yeah.
You gotta be classy, girl.
Sorry.
Classy girl.
Gotta let it.
So the next one is gonna be the Tierra Zafiro tequila. This is gonna be Perla's house tequilas. So we are right now at Perla. This is my family's restaurant. Some fun facts about Perla is women-owned, family-operated. I grew up eating probably like 95% of the items here in the menu. I always tell my mom, it's like, it tastes exactly the same as it was like growing up, but it's plated so much better. And I'm like, why did you not do this when we were younger? But yeah, it's like definitely you can taste like all the like love and care. And my mom like chooses every single product that comes into the restaurant. And her motto or mantra is that we're not gonna serve anything that she wouldn't serve at home for us. So if you come try Perla, you'll definitely see that homey vibe. A lot of like love and labor goes into it. You should come try our Michoacan mole. So all of our dishes is predominantly from Michoacan. We do have some other items from different regions, like the cochinita pibil from Yucatan. We have some Mexico City like inspired dishes, and some from the coast with our ceviches. So if you're in for a good time, come to Perla. We have mariachi brunch every Sunday. So
Yeah.
come try us.
And I can say I've been to the mariachi brunch and it is amazing. It's so nice to like hear the music and feel the love, and like it's such a unique experience because it's not like you can go to that many restaurants and they're like literally like the mariachi will go around and ask people, what do you want us to play?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, really fun. And the mariachi that we have is mariachi espectacular, which they're such a fun time. Sometimes we have mariachi divas, which is their sister mariachis. So it is definitely like a vibe and a fun time. So don't be shy to request a song. And that brings us to our next tequila, which is our house tequila. You can see our logo in the bottle, which is pretty cool. So let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, cheers.
Cheers. That's nice.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
like, it's super smooth, I feel like. And
God.
it's a perfect tequila for like, honestly, I it's my first time sipping it. I always have it in cocktails because I'm a cocktail girly, but
Yeah.
I definitely like the notes on it, which I don't know what they are, but
I was like,
them.
it tastes kind of like sweet, but it's like really
Yeah,
smooth too.
Do we know any notes on this one? I'm a lightweight, fun fact. So we're having fun tonight.
Oh, that was nice. And so what would be a go-to drink? It's say Perla. It has this.
So the majority of the tequilas that we're trying today, you can try them at Perla. So if you're curious on how they taste before you buy the bottle, come try it. We do have a quite extensive list of tequilas and mezcal. So I would definitely come try those. My go-to drink is La Cometa. Our recipe is with mezcal. If you like it a little bit sweeter, go with tequila. So you can always make that sub.
Oh yeah.
We have one of our original cocktails that we started with the restaurant, which is the Mariposa Traicionera, which is a Maná song. It's really fun.
Oh.
And yeah, it's made with butterfly tea and tequila. So it's like a slightly sweeter version of a cocktail, of a martini.
Oh, martini.
Yeah, slightly sweeter version of a martini.
I know I've had it and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's really good. La
Yeah.
Niña, we won Orange County Cocktail of the Year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like a few years ago. That one's like pineapple. So it's like piña para la niña. So it's a pineapple drink. It's really, really good. I would recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was nice. Ooh. Feeling warm.
I know. I feel like we should eat some tacos.
Have you ever experienced or know somebody that like siblings popped up out of nowhere?
No.
No? Really? I don't know. I feel like everybody has.
My family are things. No, I don't think so. This is like a personal story?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I have half siblings and like I found out later, but more so like there was like one of my cousins that it's not like they went to go look for them, but yeah, my uncle has a mistress, she has the kids. So project kind of inspired on different elements of my life, not fully on obviously my story of finding out siblings and my father's still alive, which he gave me shit about. He was like, ¿Cómo que mataste tu papá? I'm like, damn, calm down. I'm like, no, it's not about you. And then my brother's name is Jose, but that's it. It's not about my brother Jose. Some of the siblings are kind of inspired by my siblings.
I mean, I feel like you have to, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like you have to
Right,
gain
like-
inspiration from somewhere. So,
Yeah. Just the different identities, because like I grew up going to Mexico and like we would go every December, and that's why it takes place, and that's why we're filming in December, is because like there's a specific festival that happens during that time that I think is so beautiful and incredible capture, which I think is the Virgen de Guadalupe festival or something. People don't film in these towns, and there's so much opportunity to
I
showcase
know.
these small
It's like,
towns.
Every time I go to like towns like this, like, I don't know if it's called like a Pueblo Mágico, but
It's not, but it could be. But yes,
but, I mean,
Pueblo
but
Mágicos
it-
are incredible.
But like, I mean, there's a lot of towns that look just like it. Like, you
Yeah.
just don't follow like one of the guidelines. But every time I go, I'm like, I'm such a tourist because
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, this door
Yeah.
is so beautiful.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And it's like you see all the vines and the greenery and the flowers, and then it's like just so like romantic and like. I mean, it's also our culture, you know. So
Yeah.
it's like brings a little bit of peace of home. I think we were talking the other day about how I've been here for 15 years, and I was in Mexico for 15 years. I'm 30 years old. Don't tell anyone. But now I'm like at this divide where like I grew up in Mexico. I was born in Mexico. I was raised in Mexico. But like the later half of my years, I've been here, and now it's like I'm entering that territory of like identity crisis. Of I relate to so many things from when I was growing up, and those were like my foundation. And now it's like my formative years of going to school, like having my friends. It's like now I come to all this realization of like this is so polar opposite, and I don't want to lose those traditions. I don't want to lose those things that like make us us. Right. So
it's interesting because a lot of my friends who have left Mexico and came to the US don't go back as much. And like if I can, I go. And like it's crazy to me because like so many people in the US are like, oh, it's so scary. Why are you going over there? I'm like, dude, it's fine. I'm like, there's stuff happening here all the time.
I know. It's like it's just like just use your common sense. Don't go in a dark alley in the middle of the night, right? Like it's like know where you're going. And like I've been reading a little bit about the film, and you've sent me like all the like promotionals and stuff like that, which gets me really excited. And I really hope you get like dive into like the culture, not only like the Mexican culture, but also like the family culture and like those kind of relationships and like the things that you do with your siblings, the things that you do with your parents, because it's so different. I see how like some kids stuck to their parents here, and like that would not fly in my family, right? Like it's like I'm a 30-year-old man. I live outside of my house, and I still ask for permission with my mother. Like can I go here, right? Can I do this? And then she's like, who are you with? Like why are you not home? So it's like those like little quirks of like our culture that makes us so unique. Because like I'm sure it's kind of like cross bleeds with other cultures as well, but it's what I know and how I grew up. So I really hope you bring that to the film, because there's some like interesting dynamics in our culture that are just like fun to see and watch. Yeah, especially when I go back and I'm like with my grandma's house, I'm like, oh shoot, like I shouldn't be saying that. Like I can't be this open.
And also we did scouting in December, and it was really nice because like taking people that are Mexican basically, they see things and they're pointing things out that because like things you're just used to.
Yeah.
You're just used to taking the bucket of water outside and doing whatever, like that's just the way it is. But they noticed things that I didn't notice. And I know Jake was like, who's a director of photography, we ended up stumbling into like a drag bar, and he was like, that was really cool. He's like a straight man, but he was like, oh, I don't know why I thought that wouldn't be a thing. And I was like, I mean,
it has changed over time, obviously. Like 10, 15 years ago, it probably was more frowned upon. But something that's interesting to me, like I'm a civil engineer. So like sidewalks is something that like people take for granted. Like here, everything is ADA, right? Like American with Disabilities Act, where it has to be like flat surface. It has to be rideable for like anyone on a wheelchair. And over there, you feel like 4 foot, like step in the middle of that sidewalk.
It's not even an exaggeration.
I know, it's like you have to like really climb it and put some body impact into it. And it's like some things like I grew up with that. So like now being here for so many years, I go back and then I'm like, oh my God, how do people survive this? And it's kind of cool seeing it like from a different perspective. But it also brings back all these memories of like, oh, I do remember like jumping around when I was a kid and like and doing all these things. And it's little things that you like notice more, and I do miss it, like I do miss the warmth. I miss like going outside and like having the panadero outside, and like it's like fresh conchas that like you bite them and they melt in your mouth and they go out at the same time, and you can just like tell by the smell of the bread going into the window, right? So it's one of those things that like, sure, there's panaderias here. There's like things that like, especially here in Santana, we have a lot of that and like the Mexican culture here. But over there it just hits different. I don't know. It's nice to reminisce. So I'm excited to see how you capture that in the film.
And it's crazy because like not one place in Mexico is the same. Like it's all so different. And like I just like now I'm starting to recognize like my parents are from a town and they left like in the 80s. So like my accent's very specific to the town, to the rancho. So like when they left in the 80s, so the things I say are like so dated, and it's like, it's cool. And I think I used to be a little bit more embarrassed, but now I've embraced it. Like that's just, it is what it is,
something that I find hilarious, like especially like in smaller towns or like ranchos, like addresses, they crack me up. So like an address to ship something. Like I remember like seeing one where it's like the greenhouse next to the like you turn the corner, ask for Diego, and like he'll tell you where it is. You know, like addresses are like not as common, like especially like in the rural parts and like the ranchos. It's like, oh, you go here and it's not there, but you ask for this person and they'll be able to tell you where it is.
Yeah.
Like it's really cool.
Or pass the blue onto the red.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. So
Now that we've settled,
so the next one is gonna be Casa Maestri. You pick this one.
I picked this one.
Yeah.
I like the bottle. I thought it was cute. I like the way it looks. That's why I picked it.
I mean, that's a good. I would put this in my bar for sure.
Production design is so important, and so
I mean,
I don't
this is
know.
aesthetic for sure. It's like more in the Maximus, like, what's the word? Like in the maxing. That's what that's what the young kids are using these days. So I believe this is a blanco as well. So we have had a lot of blancos today.
Ooh.
Are we ready? What?
I'm tasting.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm scared. Ooh.
Okay, I don't know if it's the orange from earlier, but I definitely taste some citrus in this one.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you did.
No.
No.
But I feel like it.
Maybe it's like a
because you
piece of
said
orange
it,
that I had in the back of my throat.
I feel like you said it, and I'm like, yeah, I guess I can
Like
see
you can
that.
see it. I think out of all the ones that we've tried, this is the one that I'm like, there's something I recognize. It definitely like burns a little though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is,
Yeah, this one burns.
One of the locations that we're filming at is the Cantaritos. I don't know if you've ever been to Los Buenos Cantaritos.
No, I haven't.
But they make these like giant pots.
Oh, I've seen those on TikTok. Those are cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're like dump the tequila
Yes.
bottles. Yeah, those are cool.
So Cantarito is like this type of drink that's mixed with like grapefruit, orange juice, and essentially it just tastes like juice.
Yeah.
So you will use like more of the kind of white tequila to mix it, so it's not as like, it's good. It's like
But
a
those are
little too good.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like you just
Ooh,
chug them like it's juice, and then
yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm definitely like feeling it.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, I did say I was a lightweight. So yeah, this was Casa Maestro. We love the bottle. Definitely aesthetic. If we're going for the colors in the film, this would be the one. We have two left.
I'm
Yeah.
drinking the whole thing.
I know, but it's
Yeah,
fine.
you're right.
that's not a full shot.
Dude, if it was full shot,
I think we've done like a shot.
One shot.
Yeah, one shot. Yeah.
yeah, just one.
We're gonna be doing the next one, Tequila Mi Genta. This is also a blanco, and I'm gonna let you do the honors. So this one, I've seen it more and more like in places. So I feel like it's very up and coming. I don't know much about this tequila other than like the little bunny on the logo, which is
I
cool.
recognize the bunny too.
Yeah. So let's give it a shot and see what we think. Okay, this one doesn't burn, which I like because I don't like a tequila that burns. So
Yeah.
you can definitely, I would sip this one. The color of the bottle is like kind of pinkish, kind of cool. It has like I would say like if millennials will decide on the branding of a tequila bottle, this one would be it.
Yeah.
Because like it's definitely very aesthetic, and like the logo is like a little bunny. I don't know if you can see it right here. Yeah, I like it.
This was one of my friends' go-tos that said that like whenever she makes margaritas, it's usually this one.
Yeah.
So I was curious to try it because she's like, you got to try it, but I haven't tried her margaritas, but it's pretty good.
And a blanco is always like a good choice for mixing, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
It's
it.
nice. Yeah.
I like it.
Tough choices.
I know. I feel like now that all the flavors are blending into one. So it's like every single one is so good.
Oh.
Last but definitely not least is Fortaleza Tequila. This one is like a great grandfather. So I think it's like 5 generations of tequila
Oh, wow.
makers. So it's definitely been in the market for a while and been refined. Something that I like about this is the cork on top. So this is called a piña. They call them a piña. So like the jimadores will grab the agave plant and then start like it's like this flat little like blade, and then they start cutting it, and then this is like the end piece of the piña. So when I went to Jalisco, I took the train, like
Oh,
the
you took the
tequila
train?
train to
Ah, nice.
Tequila. And I was like little. It was like when I was like living in Mexico. And I remember I grabbed one of these piñas with my bare hands.
Oh my god.
And it has like a bunch of like little like thorns,
Yeah.
and like I was just in so much pain.
Aw.
And then the healer told me like, yeah, you have to use gloves, and I was like, well, that would have been nice to know early on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this one is one of those where like it's just like a little bit higher shelf than like a Well Tequila. It's definitely like a really, really good one. I've heard really positive things from this one. I've had it before. It's really good. And this one is gonna be a Blanco. And I think Fortaleza makes like all the different like suites of tequila. So they will be doing like the Repo, the Añejo, the Extra Añejo. So it just depends on the number of years that it takes to make it and sits in the barrels. And this one specifically is the Blanco. And I think like their branding is like the same across.
Yeah.
It's just different color for the tags and stuff like that. That's what differentiates the bottle.
And then our producer found out that this family's brand was the one that did all the kind of rules, that set the rules as far as being the first to export to other countries, making sure it has to be a blue agave, to be tequila.
And like
made
a
in
certain regions, right?
certain regions, yeah.
Cool fun fact, I didn't know that one. I didn't know that one. It's a cool little fun fact. Now I can tell that to my friends and be cool. Well, I'm excited to try this one.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh. I took the whole thing.
Yeah, that one like I mean it's good, but it's definitely not
Oh.
the kind of tequila that I go for. I feel like it just has like more of like that tequila flavor, like the alcohol flavor.
Yeah. Well, that was, I don't know why. That one hit me a little bit. Maybe it's because I've had all the rest, but I'm like, oh shit.
It's like maybe because we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tequila like
Yeah.
sips. So
And we got
yeah.
a ton of requests. I'm sorry we can't try everybody's. I'd be like, I'm hanging on right now for everybody.
But this was a good suite. This was a good suite of tequilas,
Yeah.
and
This was our last.
we did it. We did it.
We did it. We tried hitting as many as we possibly could. And, you know, there's tough decisions. I don't know. Tag the one you think I should vote for, or which one should be in the film. Again, we're here at Perla.
Yeah, definitely. If you
Thanks
want
for
to try
hosting us.
any of these tequilas, with the exceptions of the Trader Joe's one, come and try them here at Perla. We'll be more than happy to show you around. And the bartenders probably know more than me, so definitely they can answer more questions that you have on the tequilas. But this was super fun.
Sweet.
I'm so glad that you did it. I'm really excited about your film. I know that you've been updating me along the process, and I'm rooting for this film. I'm rooting you all throughout the process. I'm really proud of this new project that you have going on, and let's cheer her on in this new project, support her, tag all the tequila brands that you want to see in that film, and let's make it happen.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
We did it.
We did it. Like now let's do real shots. I'm just kidding.
Should we do a
No.
real one?
No, I can't do no more.
The hardest things, which is researching tequila for which, what was it? Fuck. Just kidding.
We are small. No, let's do it again. Sorry. I thought about it.
Yeah.